Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and this is how I beat the Hybrid Saiyans Cell Max Red Zone event mission. I'm going to start off by quickly running through the team. We are using LR Beast Gohan, mainly because his 200% lead. Also, while he isn't as good as we want him to be, he is a solid unit and he is one of the better units for this mission, but his 200% leader skill especially does help. Don't forget as well, the mission isn't a full Hybrid Saiyans team. You can take 4 Hybrid Saiyan category units. You don't have to run a full Hybrid Saiyans team, which is one of the main reasons why this mission can actually be very difficult with a full Hybrid Saiyans team, but because you only need 4, it definitely makes it a lot easier. Does it make the mission easy? Not necessarily, because you do have to get a bit lucky, but it does help make the mission easier. The next 2 units are our non-Hybrid Saiyan category units, which are going to be Easy A Tech God Goku. It's very obvious why he's a must. He is literally the kryptonite to any movie boss and pure Saiyan category enemy you're going to be facing. He's literally been the absolute GOAT when it comes to movie boss Red Zone since its release. He's been literally Broly's nemesis for the last year and a half. And he's going to be the same here. You put him in slot 1, he's tanking everything Cell Max has to throw at him, including supers, for nothing. So he is a must. And this is why I'm saying to you, the fact you only need 4 Hybrid Saiyans units makes this mission a lot easier than it could have been if it was a full Hybrid Saiyans category team. It really does make it a lot easier, even though it's still not the easiest. And of course, to go next to him, the partners in crime, it's basically Batman and Robin at this point. The LR Gods. While you may not be able to build them up too much, they're going to be your main source of damage alongside Beast Gohan during this, which, considering how chunky Cell Max's health bar is, considering how much damage he can withstand, you're going to need the LR Beast Gohan and LR Beast Gohan friend and the Year 7 gods doing as much damage as they possibly can. As I said, you can't stack them up too much. I mean, you could risk it and try build them up a little bit more, maybe pop an early Whis, get a few extra stacks in. If you have dupes, you're going to be able to get an extra additional in here and there, which is going to be great at doing some extra damage. More importantly, have some extra defense, but you're not going to be able to stack them up too much just because you're kind of in the kind of meat portion of the event, the hardest part of the event. There's no build up. It's not like Broly where it gradually gets difficult. You're in there from the get-go. So you're not going to be able to get them to stack up too much, which isn't really much of a problem. We're kind of used to that at that point. As soon as you get them into the blues, again, that's where your main source of damage is going to come from, alongside both LR Beast Gohan if you do have him, and the friend one. And then there's also the fact that they're going to have good defense, especially if they are double supering, which is going to help them tank double digits on basics. And then, of course, any rainbow key phase you pick up along the way, you're going to be able to dodge, especially dodging Cell Max's super attacks. Are Cell Max's super attacks the hardest hitting in the game? No. But the fact he can super attack 3 times in one turn, potentially, and a lot of the time on average, or at least when I did this, and I've done this 2-3 attempts, he's doing at least 2 every turn, and the possibility, or the fact he has 3, means there's a high chance the wrong unit in this mission could get super attacked. For example, Pan, Easy A Future Gohan here and there. Even in the build up in the beginning with Tech Ultimate Gohan, potentially Beast Gohan at some point once he uses his guard, and potentially even if the blues don't dodge. So the fact that he can super attack 3 times, yes, he's not doing the most damage, but because he can potentially super attack 3 times, and again on average twice a lot of the time I found, the damage will add up as the fight continues. The longer you're in here, the more dangerous it is and the higher chance you're going to die. So the fact that he can super so many times, and again, I know he doesn't do the most damage, it still makes it quite risky, I'm not going to lie. So that's why you need the damage dealers such as the gods and also Beast Gohan to just absolutely melt his health bar. And then in terms of the other 2 units we do have Easy A Future Gohan. Now I brought him because I don't have Dokkan Fest AGL Kid Gohan, who of course has his active. You have the guard, the support. He's very useful, and I've seen a lot of runs be completed with him. I don't have him, so my only other option was Easy A Future Gohan as my next best. And again, I've attempted this a total of 2-3 times. I can't remember how many off the top of my head. And if Easy A Future Gohan takes too many attacks in the beginning where he doesn't have his full damage reduction, and again, he doesn't get the most key links off, or he doesn't get the most key on this team, so even super attacking is a little bit of a novelty with him to get the defense raised as well. He takes 100k on a basic in the beginning. And you do need to get quite lucky with him, which fortunately I did. which is the fact that every time he appeared, he wasn't being hit. And then the only other time he did appear where I needed him to not take damage or barely be hit, and especially not be super attacked, was when we had the int turn, and at that point he didn't even super, but because he had damage reduction and also type advantage, he was tanking double digits. So I managed to get very lucky as to where Cell Max's attacks were coming from and what turn it was and what type he was, and managed to avoid Easy A Future Gohan taking as much damage as possible and avoid being hit. So you are going to need a little bit of luck when it does come to Easy A Future Gohan when running this team. I'm not going to lie to you. You just basically have to hope and fingers crossed that that slot 3 is empty for a lot of the time. And then this is the final unit we brought, which is of course the Pan from PBS Superhero, which this is kind of like a Berta and Jace situation where you had the extreme missions against Broly, where you took him on the LR Final Form Cooler team, where the support is nice. It does help, of course, a bit of extra defense, extra damage, mainly kind of getting through Cell Max's chunky health bar. But more importantly, she dodges. So she has the initial 30% chance to dodge. She has an extra 30% chance to dodge on top of that. I've got a dupe in her and I just fed her dodge. And that's all she's here for. The support and the fact she can dodge. As I said, it is a Jason Berta type scenario, like the extreme missions against Broly, back whenever they dropped months and months ago. So that's mainly why she's here. You need her to dodge as much as possible. Otherwise, she is taking, even after super attacking, she is taking over 100k per basic. Which obviously is going to completely melt your health bar and of course ruin your chances of doing this mission. And especially here, where we're on the Fizz phase, and we have a type disadvantage Pan taking what, like 3-4 attacks at the end. And at this point, I don't think Cell had super attacked twice, and definitely not 3 times. So the super attack was on the horizon. We're taking almost 200k right now. Lucky enough, she only managed to take 2 basics and dodge the rest. So as long as she's dodging the majority of the attacks that are coming her way, obviously especially super attacks, which obviously is very dependent on luck, but you know, it's Dokkan, you're going to have to depend on luck here and there, you should be good. Because by this point, Easy A Future Gohan, I think, has his full damage reduction, or if not, very close to it. You know, we're whittling down Cell Max's health bar. Both Beast Gohans are fully built up. Luckily for me as well, he kept super attacking Easy A God Goku when we had this rotation up. So of course, that completely nullifies and helps us avoid any type of damage we're going to be taking, which at this point, you know, even if he was to super like one of the bigger units, we may only take like 100k or just over 100k, which isn't too bad. But at this point, we're kind of almost dead. We don't even have half health. We're just over 200k. So the fact he kept super attacking Easy A Tech God Goku was also very useful, but you are going to need some luck. You are going to need some RNG to do this. I think even with Dokkan Fest AGL Kid Gohan, he definitely makes it a bit easier, especially because again, he's a lot better defensively compared to Easy A Future Gohan, and you don't have to wait for him to build up like Future Gohan's damage reduction, especially in the beginning, where as I said, he's taking over 100k per basic. I think even with a super attack and getting the defense raise, but you do have to rely on some RNG, which is of course, you know, depending on your run, might be the gods dodging when they're in blue, Pan dodging the majority of her basics, which, don't get me wrong, I had 2 other runs, or 1 of 2 other runs, again I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 times, in my other runs, Pan decided to not dodge at all in 1 turn, which means I was dead, because she was taking so much damage on a basic. So you do have to rely on some luck, and even if you do have, as I said, Kid Gohan, you still have to rely on Pan herself, because she is a liability. As I said, the support's nice, but you have to rely on her dodging. And then of course, Tech Ultimate Gohan is good once you've got him on a few stacks, and then you transform him, because then LR Beast Gohan has more links active. And as I said, LR Beast Gohan, again, no matter what you think of him, once he's built up, especially with a friend who has dupes or potentially Rainbow, he does a lot of damage. And then not only that, you have his active skills as well, which can help enemy health bars. Same with the blues. And then not only that, LR Beast Gohan does have the nullify or disable enemy action on his active skill, which helps as well, where you can just, you know, avoid as much damage as possible. But that is how I beat the Hybrid Saiyans Cell Max Red Zone event mission. Let me know down in the comments if this does help you, and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if new, because all the support is very much appreciated. And also let me know down in the comments as well, have you beat it? And also put down in the comments, how did you beat it? Help some other people out as well, in terms of, you know, helping them out with some extra options, not just mine. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.